The beach house had always been my sanctuary. Nestled along the coast, it was a place of calm amidst the chaos of life. The sound of the waves crashing against the shore, the salty breeze, and the golden sunsets, it was my escape. But little did I know it would soon become the center of a storm orchestrated by my mother-in-law, Patty. Patty was a force of nature. To the outside world, she was charming, charismatic, and the life of every party. But behind closed doors, she was manipulative, controlling, and relentless. From the moment I married her daughter, Stacy, Patty saw me as a threat. I came from a humble background, and Patty, with her airs of superiority, never approved. She made it clear that I wasn't good enough for her daughter. But I loved Stacy, and I was determined to make our marriage work, even if it meant tolerating Patty's antics. Things took a turn when my grandfather passed away. He left me the beach house in his will, a place filled with cherished memories of my childhood. I was grateful for the inheritance, but Patty saw it as an opportunity. Almost immediately, she began dropping hints. "This house is too big for just the two of you," she'd say over family dinners. "It could be a family retreat, for all of us." At first, I brushed it off, chalking it up to Patty's usual meddling. But soon, her intentions became clear. One evening, I came home to find a stack of property documents on the kitchen table. They were filled with legal jargon, but one thing stood out. Patty's name was listed as a co-owner. My heart sank. I knew Patty was scheming, but this was brazen even for her. As a lawyer, I recognized the documents as fraudulent, but I needed proof. I couldn't confront her without solid evidence. I decided to play along, biding my time while I gathered what I needed. I installed cameras around the house, hoping to catch Patty in the act. It didn't take long. One afternoon, the cameras captured Patty entering the house with a copied key. She rummaged through drawers, took photos of documents, and even tried to access the safe. I showed the footage to Stacy, who was devastated but not entirely surprised. Patty had always been controlling, but this was a new low. Stacy confronted her mother, but Patty denied everything. "I was just checking on the house," she said, her voice dripping with faux innocence. "You're overreacting." But I knew better. This was just the beginning. Months later, Patty arrived at the beach house uninvited, accompanied by a man she introduced as her lawyer. She announced that she was taking ownership of the house and presented a stack of documents. I examined them carefully, my legal training kicking in. The documents were riddled with errors, misspelled names, incorrect dates, and forged signatures. It was amateurish, and I couldn't help but smirk. "Patty," I said, my voice calm but firm, "this is fraud. And by the way, I'm a lawyer." Her face turned pale. She stammered, trying to defend herself, but I dismantled her arguments one by one. The man she brought wasn't even a real lawyer, just a friend she'd roped into her scheme. Stacy stood by my side, torn between loyalty to her mother and the truth. In the end, she chose the truth. But Patty didn't give up easily. She took her fight to court, claiming she had contributed financially to the house's upkeep. Her lawyer presented a sob story about how Patty had invested her life savings into the property, but her case was built on lies. In court, I presented the will, which clearly stated that the house belonged solely to me and Stacy. I also submitted the security footage and the fraudulent documents exposing Patty's deceit. The judge dismissed her case and ordered her to pay our legal fees. It was a victory, but the fallout was just beginning. Patty turned to social media, painting herself as the victim. "My daughter betrayed me," she wrote in a tearful Facebook post. "She chose her husband over her own mother." The posts were filled with fake tears and half-truths, but this time no one bought it. Even her sister Beverly, who had always supported her, began to see through her lies. "Patty, this has gone too far," Beverly said during a tense family gathering. "You need to let this go." But Patty wasn't done. One day, we received a call from a cousin who warned us that Patty had been talking about the beach house again. "She's planning something," the cousin said. "You need to check on the house." We rushed to the property and found the front door ajar. Inside, we discovered a note from Patty. "This house is too important to be left in your hands. I'm taking control." Security footage revealed that she had entered the house with a contractor, planning to remodel it without our consent. It was the final straw. We filed a restraining order, and Patty was forced to back down. The beach house was safe, but the damage to our family was done. Stacy and I decided to take a step back, focusing on our marriage and rebuilding trust. As for Patty, she retreated, but I knew she wouldn't stay quiet for long. She was a woman who thrived on control, and losing it was her worst nightmare. But for now, the beach house remained ours. A sanctuary, a reminder of the battles we'd fought and the love that had carried us through. Family isn't blood. It's who fights for you,